to take a look at Tom's top 10 defensive backs, brought to you by American Family Insurance. Number 10, here he is, Thomas Graham Jr., 84th in the class, a California native, decommitted from USC. He's looking worldwide now, Tom.
6 foot 180, but he's a real physical DB. Plays free safety in high school, but could be interchangeable between free safety and corner. I've seen him the last couple of years during my Los Angeles travels, and very impressed with his overall game. He's got long arms and good body control.
All right, now landing at number 9 is the 81st player in the class, a corner named William POOLE from Georgia. And the good news for Kirby Smart, he's keeping him in state. Going to play for the Bulldogs, Tom.
Well, William Poole's another one of those ball players I heard a lot about when he was a sophomore. Another 6 foot, 180 pounder, first team All-State, 2A All-State, a real competitor. He's a ball player, team captain that's got great range and real good cover skills. Not quite as physical as Thomas Graham, but overall game just as good. And I think he's a guy, doesn't miss many tackles. He knows how to play the pass as well as the run, and a very good overall game.
All right, not all Georgia natives end up suiting up for the Dogs, though. Another man from the Peach State at number 8, A.J. Terrell, 62nd overall in your class. He's on his way over the border to play for Clemson next year, Tom.
Here's another physical safety from the Atlanta area. Really impressed with A.J.'s game. He's excellent in run support, a real smooth back pedal, shows good recovery speed. Plays a rover back here, and he doesn't miss many tackles. He plays like a linebacker, could eventually grow into a linebacker. But right now, you can consider him one of the top 3 strong safety prospects in the country, and another ball player that plays against great competition and always plays up to that competition because he's a real competitor and a real tough ball player.
Yeah, I think I counted 4 Charlie horses in that video alone. Number 7 is Stanford Samuels. He's not going to Stanford, though. A Florida native ranked 53rd in the class. He's going to Florida State next year, Tom.
I really like his length, his long arms, his body control. He's got good coverage awareness, and I've seen him as a sophomore and a junior play, and really impressed with his overall game also. He's got very good speed. He's got the length that you look for in a covered corner, the long arms, and the confidence. He's not afraid to make a mistake every now and then because he plays the game with a lot of confidence, and he plays normally right on the nose of the receiver.
Yeah, well, Florida State's going to have company for him, too, here. Number 6 is a safety, CYRUS FAGAN, the 39th prospect overall in the class, and Jimbo Fisher collecting some prospects.
You know, when I went out to see CYRUS, the whole city of Daytona Beach was telling me how great he was. They even gave me the Memorial Stadium right there to do the interviews and take the pictures of CYRUS when I talked to him. So everyone knows that he's one of the best players ever to come out of Daytona Beach. He is a physical, ferocious defensive ball player. Again, a lot of confidence, blazing speed, and a real toughness that you love to see. There's no doubt in my mind that he's going to become an All-American at Florida State if he stays healthy.
Yeah, staying healthy has been a key thing for the Noles secondary on the field this year, and it hasn't gone as well as they hoped. Number 5, a safety, DEVON Hunter, 38th overall in the class. He's from Virginia, considering the Hokies, along with Alabama, Auburn, and Florida. Where do you think he goes, Tom?
You know what? He was going to Virginia Tech for a while, but now Florida's making a big pitch, and you never rule out Alabama, so it's hard to tell. But when I saw him a couple years ago, it looked like he was headed to Virginia Tech. He was on our freshman All-American team. He hasn't skipped a beat. He's big, 6'2", 210, so he's got linebacker size. He's known for his hard-hitting style of play. He's also a very good basketball player, but one of the top free safeties in the country, and he's been that way for the past 4 years. And again, he's another ball player I scouted as a freshman, and he's done nothing but improve each year. And whoever does get him gets, to me, an instant starter.
Yeah, Alabama under consideration by some of these guys, but still waiting to hear that one of them's hard committed to Alabama. And at number 4, we're not going to see it here, another corner, Richard LeCount, the 16th ranked prospect in the class. He is staying in-state and will be counting his interception total, perhaps, at Georgia is his verbal commitment, Tom.
Another great punt returner, kick returner, cornerback. He's from Raekwon McMillan's high school, so I make an annual stop there in Hinesville, Georgia. And again, look at the way it is. He's a corner making these kind of tackles and these kind of ball plays, these plays. He's one of the fastest players in the country. He's just a good overall athlete. Again, look at the long arms, the body control, the awareness in coverage, and I was just really impressed with his overall game. And immediately when I saw him, I said, I'm looking at an NFL player in about 4 years.
Yeah, he pretty much just took that ball away instead of tackling the guy. That was impressive. All right, number 3, a corner, DEANGELO GIBBS, just outside the top 10 at 13th overall. Another Georgia native. considering the Bulldogs along with Alabama and Tennessee. Tom, he might have to wait and see where everybody else goes.
Yeah, and you remember we had him on our TV show when he was our Defensive Player of the Year his sophomore year, and he's another guy with a big cornerback with fluid hips, top end speed, blazing speed. He's had trouble staying on the field the last couple of years, but this year he's knocking things out of the park. And when he's healthy, there really aren't many better than him. He's just a big, athletic cornerback who could wind up playing corner or free safety in college.
Yeah, the kind of guy Alabama's really made their mark with in the last few years. Number 2, Isaiah Pryor. He is the top safety in the class. He's at IMG now in Florida and originally from Georgia, like this whole top 10 practically, but he's on his way to play for Urban Meyer and Ohio State next year, part of what is currently the #1 class in the country, Tom.
Oh, they're getting themselves a great player on and off the field. His father was in my 1984 magazine. I actually put his dad on the USA Today team in 1984, Richard Pryor. And he's a chip off the old block. He's, again, long arms, body control, coverage awareness, excellent in run support, a smooth back pedal, and I was just really impressed with his overall game. When I saw him in Georgia, then I saw him at IMG this past February, and he's one of the impact ball players defensively around the country this season. Just a great ball player and a great person.
But not that Richard Pryor.
No.
Okay, just making sure. Probably be his grandpa at this point. We're getting old. Okay, the top-ranked defensive back in the class is SHAUN Wade, 6th overall, and he is also going to Columbus, Ohio next year here, Tom. So Urban Meyer is loading up at this position.
Well, I saw SHAUN as an 8th grader playing on the Trinity Christian varsity. Look at the athletic ability here. He's big, he's fast, he's excellent in coverage, excellent coverage, recovery speed, anticipation, timing. SHAUN Wade's got it all. He was a 3A first-team All-Stater last year with a 40-inch vertical jump. So the athletic ability is there, and he makes things look easy and simple when you're seeing him playing corner. And most of the other teams are smart enough to stay away from him, including IMG when they played against him this year. They just avoided his side of the field, and for good reason.
Well, it sounds like Ohio State's going to have a guy like him at every position necessary, so Big Ten beware in the future, as good as they are now.